Hi, 你好, I'm Chef Tom. Special request from my friend. Thank you for your service, by the way. Gyudon is a beef ball over rice. I have this maybe 14 ounce of this ribeye. The reason I pick ribeye is because I like the fat content and the marble that will make the gyudon taste a little bit better. But when you're in Japan or the Asian grocery store, they usually give you the frozen, very thinly paper sliced beef. You can do that too, but this is much convenient for us to get from the grocery store. And I'm just gonna give them a very thinly sliced cut, combine that with the marble and the fat. And you can use any kind of beef that you like. If you want to cut it super thin, you can frozen the meat for like an hour and a half in the freezer and semi-frozen. It's easier for you to cut. But somehow I prefer the beef a little bit thicker than the traditional. It's up to you. But the idea is we can make this at home, delicious. I'm just going to cut, I think that's enough fat content with the beef. So I think the end, I just gonna trim it out because this is like pretty thick fat from the ribeye. Okay, so this is good. We don't need to marinate it or anything. We just put it on the side. But the key ingredient is the onion, Spanish onion. Actually, it's like a Japanese, I would say like a blanched beef that you can get from like a local store in Japan. I understood you served it in Japan for a while and you want to make this at home. So we have this Spanish onion. We just give them a thinly cut. As far as the onion go, I think this is pretty much good enough. Okay, let's cooking. I use a skillet. I just put down medium-high heat and I have 1 cup of the plain water with 1 tablespoon of the dashi. Dashi is the Japanese flavor ingredient for stocking. You know, they make a lot of soup for that. So you get dashi for that. And there's the mirin cooking wine. I maybe just add 1 tablespoon. And the sake. Maybe just 1 tablespoon to start. And I use the low sodium soy sauce or regular soy sauce. We are making the base, the broth. This one is the low sodium, so I put probably about 4 tablespoons. But the regular soy sauce, you probably get like maybe 2 tablespoons will be good enough. So we're gonna build the base, and then of course we need the sweetness. I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon sugar. Okay, and we're gonna bring this broth to a boil and dissolve everything in. Now bring it to a boil, and then we can put maybe like 1 tablespoon of the ginger. Okay, now looking good. So now we need to give a taste. I got ginger broth, sweet. I got some sake and mirin cooking wine. I think it's pretty good. If you like more sodium, add more soy sauce. If you like more sweet, add more sweetness. But basically we're gonna cook this down for like maybe 1/3 of the sauce. And the sauce not supposed to be really thick. So now we're gonna add some Spanish onion to bring out the broth more flavor. And you can add up the beef right now. And basically we're just gonna cook the beef. If you want really thin beef, you can get it from the Asian grocery market. That they have it. They usually come in the frozen pack. Alright, so we want the beef to bring up to a broth. Now it's like a beef broth. So we're gonna bring it to nice temperature hot like this. And then after a while, you start to see the foamy, the fat on the top. You may skim that out a little bit. Looking good. Okay, now once the broth bring up to a boil, you're gonna start see a lot of foamy get together, and then in one section you're gonna skimp it out. I get a little cup, I go like this. I'm just gonna slowly skimp all the fat into a little cup like this. And then very soon, quickly, you want to turn your broth into a simmer. So we not overcook the beef, right? I think it's time to turn it down really small heat. As small as you can. And let the sauce reduce down a little bit. Then we'll be good. It's gonna be so delicious. Oh yeah. I simmer about 7 to 8 minutes. Give the broth a taste. Wow, it's really good. So delicious. The onion, the juice from the broth and the beef, everything perfectly done. I think we are done, ready to serve. The best served with sticky rice. And we're gonna take some of this meat out. The beef is not as thin, but I kind of like it this way. Take some out. And we might want to get some of the beautiful juice broth. The broth is supposed to be like watery, not really glazy, okay? It's like a family meal, very easy to make. And then they usually do the red ginger, sweet ginger, but I have some sushi ginger, I can use that. And maybe we can cut some green onion just for color and for taste too as well. Something like this. Alright. Here you had it. Gyudon. Give it a try. So delicious. Actually, I like this beef. Got more texture. Good bite. Some sweet, clean ginger. And the rice. And this beautiful beef broth with all the sake, mirin, cooking wine. Ginger. Oh boy. So good. I hope you like the video. I'm Chef Tom. Thank you for watching. I see you next time. Be creative. You can make this at home.